Alrighty, so a couple of my subscribers have been asking about how to work this thingy, Novation Launchpad, and so I thought I would do a tutorial on it. Just a quick little thing, it's only some basic stuff, and this is all going from after the point of installing the CD, all the stuff on there, because that's very straightforward, and you don't really need directions on that. Okay, so got Launchpad all plugged in and stuff, and then to set it up, you go live in the preferences, and then the MIDI sync little section, you hit Control Surface, Launchpad, and then do the same for input and output. And then this is the ports thing. This screwed me up at first. I had to search for this a bit. Just set it up just like I have here. Don't worry about the auto map stuff though. You don't need to worry about that. I mean, if you have it like propeller head, that's there because of reason. Another software I have, don't worry about it. So yeah, just focus on where it says input, Launchpad, input, and then set them all on, and then do the same for the output. Okay, so X out of that, and then as for like importing audio files, it's just like a file browser type thing. Like here I have it set up where everything drops in from my iTunes playlist, or like music folder, which is, if you're curious, you go music, iTunes media, and then music, and that's all your artists will show up there. So yeah, then let's just take, it's just simple drag and drop thing. That's all you gotta do. So and then it'll all drop down to here, and by default it'll set things to warp, and sometimes it just gets it completely wrong. Like you can see here the BPM kind of variates in between things, between little segments. Yeah. Oh, another thing I should cover. When you're warping stuff, you're gonna have to play around with this little thing down here, which is all the different algorithms it uses to warp things. Turn on this little helper thing right here. It'll explain all this stuff. Yeah, like over there in that little box. So, usually, I mean, I don't really have preference. Don't ever use repitch though, unless you're going for a specific effect. Just ignore that for now. But yeah, I use any one of them. It really depends on on how much you're changing the BPM. If you're changing it a lot, I'd go for Complex or Complex Pro most of the time. But really, it depends a lot on the audio file, because sometimes you can go with Complex Pro and it will just screw everything up and make it sound really weird, and then texture works well at that point for some reason. You just have to play around with it. So another thing, if you don't think the warp itself is good, or like it messed everything up, so click one of these things, then hit shift and click another one, and then hit delete to clear up the most of them, and then just double click the other two to get them away, and then one's going to be left by default. But to get it to warp more accurately, well, first let's bring it back to the start of the song, and then hit first set it to not warp anymore, and then select it to the very beginning and hit crop sample, so that now it like starts at the very beginning instead of that little gap at the front. Alright. Whoops. Accidentally set all this stuff in again. But anyways, yeah, if the auto warp didn't work out for you, just click in there, hit Control A or Command A based on which you're using, which operating system, and then right click and hit quantize, and it'll do it like to a set thing. So it's more like it quantizes stuff like here. You can see right here, that's where kick drum is. Like it'll do it every measure or so. And then that's another thing. Like you can see right here, the kick drum starts like right on the 9th measure, so everything's in sync. So yeah, that's how you import stuff. Then for chopping it up, just it's really easy. Just takes a while depending on how much you want to cut everything up. All you do is drag this little slider back and forth. That's it, really. Yeah, but then once you get all that stuff set up, you can play around with it, have some fun. And then yeah, so that's basically how you do it. And then because I don't have like any video of what the controller itself looks like, but here you can see like this little red box that goes around everything. You can use the scroller on it's the top 4 left buttons that are all green. On the controller, use those to navigate up and down, and then that'll change what's being displayed in your controller, because it's just like a straight mapping of what's right here. Like you can see, like if you move the stuff around, your control will do it immediately. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure I skipped over some stuff that was really important, but whatever. Just leave it in the comments and I'll answer it. And yeah, that's it. Have fun with it.